Devika Dharam Dwivedi, DDD, Dev DD, that's where the title comes from. She is the voice of this series, and how she unveils, the hypocrisy, breaks the myths of a certain society with their milieu. And each character, end of the day, is honest, but in a conflicted space.
Hello everyone and welcome to Telly Chakkar. This is your host Farhan Khan, and today we're going to speak about one of the much awaited web series, Dev DD Season 2. So let us learn more about the web series, as today with us we have one of the leading man of the show, Mr. Sanjay Suri. Sanjay ji, welcome to Telly Chakkar.
Thank you very much. Good to be talking in person, offline.
That's true. So Dev DD is back and Season 2. So what do you have to say about getting back with the Dev DD family Season 2? What is the excitement at your end?
It's been wonderful being a part of Dev DD2 journey, because I remember the first season released somewhere in 2017, and it was one of the first 5 shows of all. Early days of OTT, and then it did well, and then they decided to get into writing. Then we started shooting, and then we hit lockdown, and फिर वो लगता है कि बहुत अरसा हो गया, but basically बीच में 7-8 महीने सबके लिए सबको काम रोकना पड़ा. And then we quickly finished it, and now Feb 20th it's going to be out. Lots of drama, lots of baggage of characters from season 1, conflict, breaking of myths and hypocrisy through our protagonist Ashima, who plays Devika, and an introduction of new characters, new tracks. So lots to consume, yeah.
That's amazing. So talking about a character, Anurag Ranam. So what was the very big compliment, or very weird compliment you heard from your fans when the character opened to the fans? So what was the reaction? How you were getting reception from Anurag?
Actually, in season 1 itself, because Anurag falls in love with a girl who's his daughter's age, and I got so many messages even at that time that this is our story, whether male or female, sometimes the woman was older or sometimes the guy was older, and there was a huge age gap. And so they identified a lot with these two characters. And also in season 1, it was also sort of reverse of Devdas, the girl was going through, alcohol dependency, first love not working out, volatile, and the second love was more stable, but it had this society issue along with it. So I think that time it resonated with a lot of people, and my entry was much later, 7th episode or something, but it leaves you at that crossroad, what's going to happen. And I think organically it led itself to season 2. Yeah.
That's amazing. So further adding to your character, Anurag, what Anurag will do in season 2? What is his character graph about? So can you throw some light on Anurag in season 2?
Anurag is struggling. In season 1, he was struggling with his past, and so it's sort of Devika works as a trigger for him and comes as a breath of fresh air. But now he's in a conflict zone, and because he realizes she is his daughter's best friend, and so it's a conflict between duty and his love, So what is he going to choose? How is he going to deal with that? And he's not at that age where he can give her dreams and hopes, and yet when they're together, they are amazing. So you can see the chemistry, you can see the vibe. They're totally made for each other, complement each other, but it's just meeting the right person at the wrong time.
That's amazing. So if you have to describe Anurag in 3 simple words, no sentences, so 3 words for Anurag would be?
Confident, conflicted, passionate.
Great, that's amazing. So if you talk about the USP of season 2, what fans go to see in spite of watching season 1 and loving so much? So what do you think this USP would be of season 2?
Season 2, just, with or without me, is basically Devika is the voice of Dev DD, author back, Devika Dharam Dwivedi, DDD, Dev DD. That's where the title comes from. She is the voice of this series, and how she sort of unveils, the hypocrisy, breaks the myths of a certain society with their milieu of what is right and what is wrong, and each character, end of the day, is honest, but in a conflicted space, because the society doesn't accept. Breaking those picture frame concepts, and she does that. She supports it, and other characters are sort of, in that conflict. She also is dealing with that personal pain, etc., etc. And so it's progressive. It's what it calls a spade, and she's a firebrand. Whether it's not about the language she uses, but it's all about the intent behind, and so you can't ignore what she's saying. It'll resonate with a lot of people. They may accept or not, but it will stay that at the core she's saying the right thing.
That's lovely. So although we know that it's a fiction character of Anurag, so having said that, as an actor, do you find any similarities or any difference between you and Anurag, or you have taken anything from your character?
No, Anurag is very. Season 1, he had a lot of baggage. I personally don't keep baggage. I'm very much in the now. At another level, he's conflicted because of his situation. Many times in life you are conflicted, but I'm one person who goes with the heart. But Anurag will or will not, we don't know. We'll get to see. But me as Sanjay, I always followed my heart, and which is why I never regret any decision, whether it's personal or professional, because at that moment I felt like that and I did that.
That's amazing. Sanjay, we have seen OTT as an evolved platform, especially in 2020, because it was completely a digital year. So as an actor, as a big screen and small screen OTT actor, how do you see OTT as a platform, as an actor?
Well, it's given a lease of life to a lot of people, including me. I mean, when cinema was down and out in a way, so what did we work on? We worked on OTT, series and things like that. And of course, theatre is going to be back once this whole COVID thing is phasing out. There's no replacement for theatre. So I don't compare. At one time people said radio's dead. And radio had shut down, but radio came back in such a big way. So I think it's that little disruption has happened, in the sense that, like what I equated with like SMS and when WhatsApp came. So WhatsApp was ease of use and things like that. So OTT is your new WhatsApp, ease of use, forward, this, that. But then, but that OTP is still coming on SMS, right? so the thing is, for pure creative consumption of that experience, I'll go to the cinemas. OTT, ease of use, some great content, availability, on demand. But what I miss is that atmospheric viewing, because at home you're never in a dark room with that sound, and at least like I have lovely kids and I'm listening, so it's not my date with OTT. It's my date with films. If a series may be in a theater, I'll probably watch it. Maybe it's too long, but so it's easy consumption. It's great, for writers, directors, even actors. You get to play so many different characters, and you have more length to tell a story. So it's got its own charm and own beauty. And why I gave you a landscape of cinema also, because often people compare this or that. Why not both? Like for example, TV does its own job. It's great, and those actors are great. They have to do so many pages a day, and just learn up the lines, go deliver. They don't have time. Here, this is your next scene. Oh, okay, 5-page scene. Just you gotta go. So the challenges are different, and I respect them all. OTT has given a lease of life to writers, actors, directors, but I want the OTT platforms to give more credit to directors and writers. It may be an XYZ original, but there is a creator there, You have to give that credit to the director and the writer. Yeah.
It's lovely, lovely words. So, Sanjay, tell me, we have seen you defining versatilities on big screen and OTT space as well. So, where can the fans can see you more on big screen, OTT platforms? So, what are your future plans look like?
Okay, I don't decide the platform. Okay, that's the technology side of things. Whether it's going to be in a theater. My job is to act, and I also produce. So during the lockdown, we kind of invested time in stories, essentially films, because I know the whole 360-degree, development, prep, production, release. But a series, if I produce on my own, I don't know, if it doesn't get picked up, I don't know where to release it then, So series are working more on the TV model, they're being commissioned, and then you make them. But then somewhere there is the creative sort of, either you have a creative connect with the channel, or I've been way too independent too, because if I love a story, I'll go and support it and make it. So whether it's on a phone or a GoPro or a big camera, it doesn't matter. But if the story holds, so people will see me in diverse things, So there's a film I shot, a small part but very relevant film, and I'm starting a film which is wonderful story, and also another series. Yeah.
Great. So Sanjay, before going, what are your message for your fans for Dev DD Season 2 from Anurag as well?
Dev DD 2 releases on Feb 20th on Alt Balaji and Z5. You get lots and lots of drama, lots of conflict, lots of taboo subjects which have been dealt with very organically, and calling a spade through our main character Devika, played by Ashima Vardhan, and lots of other actors. There's lots to chew on, so please do watch it whenever you get the time. It's on demand.
Yeah, we are very, very excited for this, and thank you so much for talking to Telechakkar. All the best for the Dev DD Season 2.
Thank you, Farhan. Thank you.
Well, this is what Sanjay Ji has to say about Dev DD Season 2. For more Bollywood and television update, keep watching Telechakkar. This is your host Farhan Khan with camera person Amit Singh signing off.
Know all about the Tele world by subscribing to Telechakkar's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.